Testing. Testing. Okay, so for the live stream, first, when I built the air respirator the last day, I noticed that there was wee fine marks on the helmet part here left by the sandpaper. So you only notice these marks when the helmet or the air respirator was underneath light indoors. So if you say if you shined a torch off it or something, off the reflection, you would have noticed wee fine marks. So the plan is here to sand, give it a wee quick sand again, and then a polish just to finish it off. Didn't really want to do this, but it's not going to take much longer to fix it. So takes literally 5 minutes to build the air respirator once it's washed again. So I'm going to give it another wee quick sanding. I've already started it here. So in live stream part 1, I removed the scratches left by metal objects, sharp metal objects. But as I say, at the very end when the respirator was built, I noticed a few fine marks in it left by the sandpaper, only indoors from indoor light. So mental, I know. So I'm going to start off. I've already rubbed it with 800 grit. I'm going to move to 1000 grit, and then I'm going to move to 1500 grit here. So giving the entire helmet a wee quick rub. As I say, I've already used 800 grit. So there was just some marks that was left in it that I didn't like. So live stream 1 was the removal of the deep gouges, the scores. What I'm doing now is just doing a wee prep to finish it off. So I need to get this finished because I need to get on to the projects again on Saturday. So hopefully the phone doesn't blow off the camera stand there. What do we see? Might have to lower it down towards the bench. So I wasn't expecting to do this. It just happened now. So that's my fussiness for you. It was built, but I just wasn't happy. So give it a quick look here again. So some of these marks that I'm talking about were more on this part of the helmet. So maybe I didn't sand it enough, maybe I didn't polish it enough. So I'm just getting it right this time. So live stream part 1, I started this process. And then what do we see? It was live stream part 4, I continued. And live stream part 6, well, it wasn't the sanding and the polishing off this, but it was the battery pack and the visor. So the grit I'm using here now is 1000 grit. Trying to keep the phone down nice and low here because the one's strong. I'll raise it up a wee bit again. I just wasn't happy. So we circular motion here with a 1000 grit. Velcro back sandpaper. So I just noticed a few marks on it when it was built, when it was polished, and I wasn't happy. The marks could be seen under light indoors. Well, when you looked up close at it. So this time I'm going to make sure it's right. This part's okay. It's only this polished surface. Well, it will be polished in a moment. Because of the glaze and because of the reflections of the light, you could easily see if there's any marks in it. And that's the problem. So it's much better there now, but I'm going to keep rubbing it and then I'm going to hit it with 1500 grit. Oh dear dear. Okay, so I'm going to switch over here now to 1500 grit. I think it's in my pocket here. Yeah, I'll get this polished for the final time. Hopefully. So, some of you that came on is probably wondering what I'm doing, but has to be done again. Otherwise I'll not settle. That's right. So live stream part 1, I started this, and then live stream part 4, I continued. Live stream part 2 was the battery build, and live stream part 3 was the demonstration of the battery working, of the pump. And the final live streams was, what do we see? Polishing the battery pack and building this air respirator. But when it was built, and it was sitting in the shade under the light, when the light was reflecting off it, I seen that there was a number of wee fine marks in it, left by the sandpaper. So I'm just going over it again to get it right. So we're nearly ready for the polishing here now. So another reason I'm doing this, believe it or not, is because I didn't have any 4K footage of doing it. I forgot to do it on those live streams, part 1, because I was in a panic to get it done. There was things happening that day, I forgot to do the 4K. So there's a 4K camera running in the background here too. Not now, but there will be in a moment. So that's for the main video. So I'm hitting here now with 1500 grit. As I say, I didn't want to do this again, but I had no choice in the matter. It's the way I'm wired. Everything has to be perfect. So what I want the next time is when I take this into the garage, when there's out of daylight and onto like indoor lights shining on it, that's where you'll most likely see the scratches from light reflecting off it, and that's when I did see any wee fine scratches, so that's the reason the phone's going to blow away. Have to lower us a wee minute. That one this strong. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the live stream here. I'll keep her lit anyway and we'll just take a chance. Don't want the phone to fall on the ground. Or bye bye phone. So what I'm doing here now is I'm removing the wee fine scores left by the 1000 grit. I explained this all before, but I'm doing it again now. So this part of the helmet, the air respirator, was the part that had the wee scores, the wee scratches in it. So I made sure to go over it with 800 grit to get those removed. I think they were actually left at the last time I done this air respirator up. I was using 600 grit to remove deeper scratches, you know. I'm nearly done there now, ready for polishing anyway, so not take that long. So the reason I'm doing this at 6 o'clock at night is because on Saturday I want to start my projects again. It's been a while. And the reason I wasn't doing it earlier is because I'm doing my PhD 4 days a week. I have to focus on it. That's most important. Well, the projects are important too, but I have a time limit on the research. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. So I'm working to the back here now again. These grooves, these V's, these recessed areas are already done. There's the one, now I can feel it around my legs. But just hope it doesn't take the phone off the stand. So those that have jumped on, you may have seen me doing this before, and you may have seen the air respirator bolt. But the problem was I noticed wee minor imperfections in it, and I just wasn't happy when it was built. That's the way that the head works, my head works. If I'm using it and it gets scratched, okay, but when it's meant to be polished and no scratches in it, at a particular time I want it right laying initially, so I can move past it. It's just the way the old head works. And there was quite a number of wee fine scores on it left by coarser sandpaper from probably 3 years ago. But I just didn't seal them because the air respirator wasn't indoors until the time I built it. And that was only, what, the weekend? So, we're nearly finished, ready for polishing again. So what else would you be at? Watching Emmerdale or something? So, it's nearly there. Just a serious case of fussiness, OCD, whatever you want to call it. So this part's okay, it's just here, the part that the glaze will be on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start polishing this. I'm trying to keep the phone down as low as possible. I have to start the 4K camera too, so I better not forget to do that. Because there's two reasons I'm doing this again. One of the reasons is because there's minor imperfections in it, and the other reason is because I never had 4K footage of doing this. And the 4K camera is not running now, but it was a moment ago. So that's for the main video. So here we go, we're going to start polishing. I have to start the other camera off. I have to talk to you at the moment. Take a coat off, it's getting warm. Right. Testing. Right. A wee quick lick with 1500 again, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to start polishing. I'm going to start off with this 2-inch sander, and then I'm going to move to the big mop. I'll raise the live stream up a bit. Live stream 6. Or sorry, live stream part 7 it is actually. So I thought this was finished nearly a week ago, 5 days ago. But I was wrong. Finished the most, but it's not finished to me. Just noticed too many wee fine imperfections, wee fine scores on it. So here's okay. It's mainly this part I'm sanding here now that's seen the wee fine scores. So wee circular motions here. So if I dry it off now, it will be completely flat and there will be no shine there. So I'll let it dry here a moment in the wind, and then I'm going to start polishing it. Okay everyone, so I'm working with another camera here, bear with me. I'm just, I want this to dry off to show the live stream and to show the actual 4K footage in a moment. I don't have any cloths out here. It's drying off there well in the wind. I'll give it a wee rub with my pink jumper. I also need to watch this doesn't blow away in the wind because the wind's really strong there. So we're going to let it dry off and then I'm going to start polishing. I prefer this phone up a wee bit higher for the live stream, but there's not much I can do when the one's like that. So you probably see it shaking there. I'll keep it down just in case. Right, it's drying off here now. You can see the shine disappear now. So that's telling you that, well, it's well sanded. What do I see here? I'm not polishing this till it dried off completely. I have to let it dry. Or there, you can see it starting to go there now. Thought I didn't have my hairdryer right here. So if you look here, you can see that it's completely flat. If you look here, you can see a bit of a shine there. That's only because there's water on it, okay? So when I start polishing this, we want to bring it up to this deep gloss, this really good shine. That's just a water drop up there. So all the scratches are removed this time. Or are they? Yeah, I think so. It's just water. I'm going to get a rag here in the house. 2 seconds. But if I come back out and the phone's on the ground, I'll cry. Hello, Elise. Oh, I'm up to madness again, as usual. Doctor, left hand straight. Okay, I'm going to get a cloth in the house here. I'll be literally like 30 seconds. Right, starting the 4K camera, people. Our viewers, right. What do we see if this mic's wrong? Have to get this right today. Okay, so the helmet is now drying off. The shine is completely removed here from the part that I previously polished. So, when I start polishing it again here now in a moment. So you can see there now it's completely flat. So I'm going to start off with the wee 2-inch rotary sander, adapted mop. The really windy out here, so hopefully this goes well. I think it would just disappear for a moment. So, bit of polishing, a bit of cutting compound, car cutting compound, car bodywork stuff. So that's G3 and that's what I've been using since I was, well, a teenager. And it's awesome stuff. There's all these new brands out now, but you know, I stuck with the Farquilla G3. So here we go. 2-inch mop. And she's flattened with 1500 grit. I'm going to start bringing this up to a nice shine. So this will probably take an hour or so to get it right. So shine's starting to appear there now, here at this point. So I will use the car mop in a moment, but not now. So I need to be sure here that I don't burn this with the mop. I'm going to close that door. Because the compressor is loud. So what I'm doing here is I'm bringing the air respirator helmet part back up after flattening it with 1000 grit, 1500 grit, 800 at the start. And the reason I'm doing it again is because I just wasn't happy. So bear with me there, I'm just trying to set up 2 cameras at the one time. So if I start shaking, this other one, I need to be careful. So we can see there the shine starting to appear there, but it's not a deep shine yet, it's just sort of like in between. So it's not nowhere near perfect. I'd say it's about, maybe about 10% there. at that point. So the hotter you get this, the better, but obviously you don't want to melt it, so that's why I'm using water. Not the hotter, but the warmer you get it. So here is where I seen the scratches under the indoor lights. Well, it's only a wee fine mark, it wasn't scratches, like, but I just wasn't happy. So the direction in which the mop is running off the edges here, the faces, is important. So when the mop's going clockwise, I want to keep it. You don't want to have the mop head turning anti-clockwise coming onto the helmet like this, because it's only going to cut the sponge and damage the helmet. So I'm working off it rather than on it. So this is live stream part 7. Was not planned. So it actually annoyed me that much that kept me up tonight, to be honest. And I'm not joking. You can see the shine there starting to appear there well, right? But it's nowhere near finished. Just going to check the time here of this live stream, half an hour. So I will use the car mop at the end, but not in the meantime. But it's very risky using it. Very big and clumsy. Clumsy, whatever you want to. Let me see. So there's a big head on it here. 6 inch. It'll be more effective, but it's quite more. Very risky. I'm not taking a chance at the moment. If I get it up to about 40%, then I'll go for it. So here's previously where this thing was broke, but it has never given any bother since I repaired it. That crack at the back. It's well sanded in, and it's glued with a 2-pack super glue. Obviously if I hold the mop head on too long it will burn it. So when I say burn, it's just basically doing the same as you would on a car, but this will be much easier to burn as it's plastic. And it would turn yellow very, very quick. I have done it before, but I haven't done it yet, so there we go, there's the strong one, everyone. Boys, that's bad. That is bad. Need to be careful with the phone. I'm just trying to make sure it's well mounted. Okay, so I'll continue on here with live stream part 7. Okay everyone, I'm just stopping the other camera, the 4K one, for the main channel. At least now I'm only focusing on this other phone so it doesn't blow over. So I will do one final video with the 4K when I have this done, but in the meantime I'm just going to run it on the live stream. See the difference here already? I can anyway. So I'm working off the faces rather than on them. Very important. But I raise this up a bit. Start out here. So at this point I'm working downhill. Here's the point where the motor connects. There's the one. Strong gust. So if I wasn't focusing on the phone here so much, I would be concentrating a wee bit better at the helmet. So it's coming up well there, but I'm nowhere near finished. Probably about 20%. What do we see here? I'm going to have to do something different here. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's see if it's one day in the garden, and then I might move around to the grass. Because at least it falls in the grass. It's not going to get damaged. So this makes everything awkward. Makes everything awkward. I'll keep her up. Need the bench too. What's the problem? We can't do it in the garage because it's darker, you know. There's too much things, there's too many objects in the way. So I want heat to go in there, but I don't want too much heat in it. You need to make sure you have a good, strong, firm grip on it too, so it doesn't fall in your hand. Let's see if I bring it around this way, maybe. Might be better there, you know. Better light there, isn't it? If I stop for literally a second there, you'll burn it and you'll leave it all yellow. Basically melt it. So I'm sort of guarding the phone there now, I think. So this is not covered in water, that is the shine coming up well there. To anyone that's joined and seen me doing this before, the reason I'm doing it again is because I wasn't happy. Mainly at this part of the helmet. Or the air respirator, I should say. So I am digging in here a wee bit, because if you weren't, no pressure on it, it wouldn't be effective. It'd be useless. But you do need water here. So the shine's come on there, now you can start to see the sky on it. So I want this looking like it was lacquered, okay? So when I start this 4K again. Testing. Okay. So I'd say I'm about 35% there. %, I'd say. 30%. But I will keep it lit, keep her lit here. Setting up this 4K again. So what I'm doing, right, is I'm going to work this point. Reason I'm not going to do around the back is because you sort of want to make sure that you have this held right in your hands before you start polishing it, because you don't want it lying on the ground. So I'm basically polishing this the way you would polish metal, sort of crisscrossing it. This leather band, there's a new one coming from Germany. Somebody had one lying in their house. So basically it's stuck together using double-sided tape at this point. And if you look at this one, you can see it's discoloured. It can't be cleaned. So it's a piece of grey leather. It just popped up when I was looking up. It's strange enough. I've been looking for years for parts for this, but I've never seen one of these bands popping up, and it did. And it was only like £5, but the delivery was 15 from Germany, so it's coming via DHL. Okay, so I'm going to move over a wee bit here and change the position of the other camera. Yeah. Just so it's on view better here. Before it gets dark. Okay, so I'm probably about 40% of the way there. We'll keep our luck here. See there, it's coming up very well, right? So the reason this thing was scratched initially, this air respirator, the helmet part, is because I usually walk into things, well, I'm 6 foot in height, and when I go to walk through a door that's 6 foot tall, I usually catch this part on the frame. So this is why it becomes scratched, believe it or not. So it has a really deep shine here now, but I am going to keep going, okay? So this weekend I am moving back to the projects. The e-bike hub testing station, I will be focused on that. I also need to start the aperture that I built. I need to upload it. I just never got time. And now the weather started to, well, it's not as good as it was, so I don't know when I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to jump around the side a minute here. The other side, 2 seconds. I need to plug this out. Yeah. Need to make sure I get a bit of footage for the 4K. Decent footage. So I am going to hit this with the dual action in the end, but not for another 20 minutes or so, half an hour. Oh, careful, man. Obviously this has a rotary map, it's quite powerful too. That's being pneumatic air, so I'll need to be careful I don't wreck this thing. You could easily do that. Hit it the wrong way. Okay, so I'll continue on here with live stream part 7, polishing this air respirator up. Okay everyone, so that's the footage all completed with the 4K, so I can now focus on the live stream, okay? So I'm just going to set it away because it looks a wee bit brighter there. Well, okay. Alright, start wee bit again. Since the one sort of went down a wee bit. So it's still saying about 40% of the way there, right? No, maybe 50 actually. Now you can look at it now that the 4K is gone. So I need to be careful here, you can burn it. And if I burn it, I need to sand it again. Sand it. Too much, but it's alright. Oh, that's the phone. So I'm just going to give this phone a wee clean here. So you can see what I'm doing. The more friction there is, the better the shine there will be. But obviously, you don't want too much because you're only going to burn it. So hence why I'm using water here. So you probably can tell there, there's a really deep shine to it there now. So for anybody new there, don't forget to check out the other projects on the channel. Built in Northern Ireland, or Ireland, whatever you want to call it. And this air respirator is used for them, used to polish, cut, and sand, everything. Why do I want this finish, or why do I want it into this state or quality, is because it's now discontinued, and here, that's the reason I'm doing it. Want to look after it. I have looked after it. So this is maybe every 2 years I would do this. It's now 8 years old. And this wasn't planned, this live stream part 7, because the air respirator was actually finished, live stream part 6, but I noticed wee small imperfections in it and I wasn't happy. So when you took it out of natural light into the garage, under a floodlight or a torch, you could see wee marks in it. So this time I'm making sure there's no marks in it. And as I say, it's the way I'm wired. I just couldn't let it go the way it was. So see here, look. No, this is polished. I thought I burned it. Might have burned it. What do we see? If I did burn it, I'll just sand it. I think I did burn it, you know. So all I need to do here is hit it with 1500 grit, and I need to take more care. So just there's a wee discolor. Just a wee quick rub. Just to remove that roughness that was left. So I hit the edge with a sponge. It's gone now again. So I can now continue with the polishing process. So it's getting dark out here, but I'm just going to continue. So I just need to be a wee bit more careful there. Stop rushing things. And slow this thing down too. So the burnt mark now is gone completely. That's his. But let's say I held it on too long. You can leave a much deeper burn. When I say burn, it's just melted plastic. So it's basically like running a hot knife over it. Only not as bad. So I'm working on these grooves now, the V. Then I'm going to give the whole thing a good polish again with this rotary, this 2-inch, and then I'm going to move to the big map. Okay. So this part was done last week, and I was happy with this part. Okay. It's just this main helmet part that I seen small imperfections on it. But I will give us a look again too. And here's polished. This is polished. All scratches are removed. I'm just going to continue on here. Before it gets too dark. The water's important. Obviously not too much water, or it won't be effective. So see this square end, this square sponge? I'm trying to work into the... See, that if you can imagine this like a 90-degree corner. So I'll try doing those first, but obviously I didn't at the start of this live stream because I was watching two cameras. And the one, oh, far too much, Jeffrey. Let me see. So the best way to inspect this would be basically by using a torch, believe it or not. Shining the torch on it. Looks okay now, but if you take it into the garage, under a light, you might see fine scores in it. So this air respirator, I use it for all my projects on my channel. When I'm building them, cutting them, polishing them, sanding them. Mainly for stainless steel and powder coating, not sandblasting. So here, it can be easily burnt. It's just the same as a car, and you're working with polishing a car, you know, with a mop, you need to wash the edges. But this would be much easier to burn. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving it this nice deep gloss finish. So it looks like it has lacquer on it. But it doesn't, obviously. Starting to come up really well there now. So it's never been brought up to the standard before, I'll be honest. The last 3 or 4 times. I sanded it, I polished it, but I didn't take it to this sort of state. Just make sure the phone's alright there. Because there's polish and water bouncing everywhere. So I might raise this up a wee bit now because the one started to disappear. So working off the edge, not into it. That's really important here. Or you'd wreck the thing. So look at that now, it looks like it was lacquered. And to be honest, the wee fine scores, I'd say they're gone because it was sanded using 1500 grit sandpaper. carefully this time. Well, up through the stages. 800, 1000 and 1500. Listen to that thing singing. Up too high again. I keep accidentally hitting this. So working off the edge here. For the face. But see, coming on to this one, you need to make sure you don't hit this one. So I need to be careful here. Basically, when I'm working off this one, the sponge coming uphill can hit this point, and it could burn it. Melt it even. Okay, so I'm going to use a bit more T3 here on this point. Careful around this point here, huh? Very careful. Okay, for those sitting on, don't forget to give us a wee thumbs up there and subscribe to the channel. So this part here, right, thanks to the person like there, do you see this part here? Where the visor tucks on underneath. When I looked at this under unnatural light, such as in the garage, I could see we find scores in it. So that's the reason I've started live stream part 7. I was never expecting to do this. I also required 4K footage off this stage. I didn't have any. I forgot to take it. So that's the second reason I'm doing this again. Do I like work? Yeah. I have a lot of patience. A lot of patience. To do, when it's involved in my projects, I have a lot of patience. I'll just turn this phone off, I don't need it. So when I put it on the other camera here. So I'd say I'm about, it probably is about 80%, but I'm just going to keep her lit. I'll do this here part again too. The part that the cassette connects onto. Thanks to people liking it there. I really appreciate it. So the reason I'm standing out here tonight doing this is because I need to get on with the projects on Saturday. Saturday is the only day of the week I get to work at the projects because of my research area. So that band's finished, or that part of the goes round your neck, your chin. So I'm just going to focus on this part here now. I have to run the dual action through it. I also have to... What else do I have to do? Run the big mop over it, but I need to be careful using it because it's much more trickier to do because of the big mop head sitting over under. So it's still saying about 80% of the way there, but I am going to continue here. I'm going to keep her lit till this is finished tonight and get it washed in the shower. So I'm going to focus on every face right now with the 2-inch, and then I'm going to move over to the big map. Try not to burn it here. Near finished. So see this face here? That's where I noticed quite a bit of me fine scores in it. But as I say, I've done it with 800 grit. Wasn't actually fine scores, it was actually deeper than fine scores. Left by like maybe 600 grit sandpaper from the 2 years ago, I would say. So I removed them with the 800 grit, and then I went to 1000, and then I went to 1500 grit to bring it up to this finish here you see now. So at this part where the V's are, these grooves, I'm sort of aiming I have this sitting at a 30-degree angle and I'm sort of working my way into it. But obviously we don't want to burn it, or we will be out here to 10 o'clock at night in the dark. That looks really good there now, doesn't it? Okay, so here's done, I'm now going to work on here, around this point. So there's a really deep shine there now. It's looking like it was lacquered. As if it was lacquered. This point, isn't it? I think it's this point. I'm going to bring this round a bit. So I'm making sure they have this held nice and tight here. So I'm getting there, slowly but surely. I'm really working on this face here at the minute. Will I do it this way too? Switch directions. But I need to be careful because you get burned on the sides of the mop coming uphill, the sponge part. Okay, so I need to hold this a wee bit better. Maybe there. So I'm going to hit this with the big mop here now a moment, right? But as I say, it's risky. But I'm only going to focus on certain faces, not all the faces. But what you're looking at there now is not water. You can see the water droplets on it. But the shine is there from the polishing stage. It's not surface water, okay? You can see a droplet sitting there, so that's what it proves it. So first thing I need to do here is make sure this sponge is clean. It is because I used it for this the other day. So I need to be really careful here. I'm going to soften up the sponge a wee bit first. Because this thing could send the air respirator to the ground. So wee bit of G3 again. So this would be more effective in my eyes, but it's just more riskier. So I really need to focus here. I need to have a really good hold it well somewhere. Maybe like this. Because of the weight to the head, you know, it's really digging under it. So see what I'm doing there? I'm working off the edge, working off his face. I obviously don't want it to coming uphill this way, because it would destroy the mop head, but it also destroy the air respirator, the helmet part here. Do you need water? So let's go again. You hear that churn of the motor there, of the gearbox part? Well, that's really working, that's doing what it's meant to do. I'm trying to get a good, need to make sure I'm holding it well here. So this will be very effective. Too effective with no water. So that's I can already tell the difference. So I can. This is actually much safer on this front face here. But you have to work off it and not onto it. Otherwise the whole thing will be full of bin. And then pink things hanging down there. You end up pulling me in. Jeffrey before the two. Okay, so let's go again. So we want friction there to do work, right? But we don't want to melt it. That's the idea. So I'm going to switch here now. Be back to the other E-band soon. You hear it singing up there? Well, that's when you'd melt it. Just need to be careful. Need to add water. Really shiny looking there now. You can see my reflection on a light surface. So here's really my point of focus. When I say that, what I mean by that is, when I looked at this thing under the light in the garage, on natural light, you could see when the light was bouncing off it, in the reflection, you could see wee fine scores. So that's why I've just done the whole thing again. So I'm not going to risk it too much with the big one there, but I'm just going to hit this face and then I'm going to move back to the 2-inch. Okay. So this was unplanned. I just need it done soon again. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just start this other thing a minute. Test it. Start the 4K. Okay, so for this next stage here, I'm just going to give this a run with the camera. Then we'll move back over to the 2-inch. Make it sure to keep it lubricated with water on it. Same thing as the wee mop, we need to work off the face and on it. And there's a strong one, back again. So I'll continue on here with the 2-inch mop. Okay, so just stopping that other camera again. Had to do a wee video there of the car mop in action. So we'll start again. There's everything's untied again. Okay, so for this final stage, I'm just going to hit it with the 2-inch mop. Then we're going to move over to the dual action. So dual action is important to remove any swirl marks left by the rotary. And the rotary will leave swirl marks. I actually don't mind the swirl marks, it's the wee fine scores left by the sandpaper that I don't like. This one will definitely leave swirl marks. Look at the shine that now. You can see the mop head on it. Well, you can see the trees behind me. You can see the camera stand. You can see everything. So I'm really winding this machine up here now to finish this. Looks lovely. Right, so the only part I didn't do here yet is this wee part at the back, so I'm going to do that now. The reason I left that till the end is because it needs my full concentration here. So I'm working off the face rather than on it. Oh, careful. So we've got that deep shine to this point. So if you look here, my thumb is, I'll bring this up close. Do you see that crack? If the phone focuses, that was broke about 5 years ago. I had to glue it with a 2-pack super glue. It has never come undone since, thankfully. I have never dropped it since. It fell off a wheelie bin when I was working at a project. I set it on the wheelie bin and it fell off. I nearly cried, believe it or not, because I actually love this. I still do. This piece of equipment, and yeah, I'm going to continue here, and then I'm going to hit it with a dual action. So I was always thinking about forming a wee bit of stainless around this to support it, but I never did because it never let go. So these air respirators are now discontinued, they don't make them no more. Honeywell says no. And I'm like, why? Why did you stop making them for? Obviously they have their reasons. I think they might be too expensive. And obviously Honeywell will be like a leading brand. Top player. But they just decided to stop making them, and well, that's why I'm saving this one. They don't even make the parts anymore, believe it or not. That's annoying because everything's wild deer now that you can get. You can't get the filters no more. You can't get the particle filters. You can't get the genuine visors. You can get copies. You can't get the batteries. You can't get this part. You can't get the headband. You can't get the other part. You can't get anything. Only stuff that some private seller might have. That's running out too. I have everything bought out. Nearly. So this leather headband with the piece of foam sits behind it, you can't buy that no more. And if you look at it there, it obviously looks aged, but every so often I would type Honeywell DTVR into eBay to see what parts comes up for them. And just by chance, this leather band came up for the first time in 8 years, and I purchased it because it was in Germany. It's on its way. It's probably here in the UK at the minute because it was ordered a week ago. I might not change it because this one still has piles of life in it yet. But It's the last part that I required for the actual air respirator. I have everything else. And fives, apart from, I think I've only got 4 main filters. But the main filters last a long, long time because there's a pre-filter on the motor unit too. So you can't buy anything like this anymore with the motor unit and the battery and everything on the headpiece from Honeywell. You have to buy the clumsy thing with either for a compressor, which I have them, but I don't like them. It has the hose down your back, and also you can get the one not like this. Obviously, it doesn't look like nothing like this now, but you can get ones with a battery down your waist. Scott actually makes one. Scott Safety. What do you call it? I forget the model. I have the head part on the garage, but I don't like it because it has a hose going down your back too. This is great for working with stainless or anything like that, polishing, powder coating, cutting, because nothing's down your back, there's no obstructions in the way, no hoses. Everything's built into this headpiece. And it's got this really sleek finish. Used to be a Honeywell logo here, red, but I had to sand it off because it was scratched around it. So it's got a really deep shine there now. So at the start of this live stream, I demonstrated sanding this. Look at that. You can see the tree in the background. Is it a tree or is it the sky? It's a big tree in the garden. Okay, so you can see the gloss finish there now. There's no lacquer on it. Just keep that in mind. It's just plastic. Really well polished up. And I'm going to keep her lit here for another moment because why not? Feels like a Saturday when I'm outside here. I'm nearly done. So usually I'm not doing up my tools, my equipment, I'm usually working on projects, but this really needed done. So here's where the motor unit, the filter part, the pump connects onto. So it slides down the inside there, and the cool air goes down over your face. So as you can tell, I'm making sure this is perfect this time. Nice about a wee torch there. But no, it's definitely good this time because it sounded much better this time. Down through the grades, you know. Or up through the grades, I should say. So I'm just going to go over everything while it's warm with the 2-inch. And then I'm going to move over to the dual action here. Because it's getting dark. And then projects will continue on Saturday. Unique projects. So I do care a lot about my lungs and my eyesight. I have actually got 5 air respirators. I've got one for sandblasting, I've got one for bodywork, I've got one for the polish and the stainless, and I've got 2 more. But they're the 3 main types that I have. This is the only one I really ever use because I haven't sandblasted. Well, I have the other day, but last week, a couple of weeks ago now, but I haven't done much sandblasting because of the PhD research. If you haven't done already, get a look at the channel. You'll see that I'm starting to build an aqua blaster, vapor blaster, out of stainless steel. That will be a really interesting project. And also the aerial atom that I designed. I will start building that when my research is completed. I also have a project car that I'm building, which is an Integra DC5. And the engine that's for it is what the recent live stream, the intake manifold that I made, is for. So I'm really busy, man. Also, smart glove, I never mentioned that. That will come to the channel very soon. So it monitors 27 joints to the hand, 27 degrees of freedom. Hello, Donna. So I have so many projects: electrical, electronic, mechanical. They're just too much. If you look at the channel, you will see that. And all these projects are unique too, I should point out. Unique worldwide. People don't like that, but there's not much I can do about that. Locals don't like it. Just a lot of envious people out there. And a lot of them come on and watch the videos too, I know that. But they watch the videos because they're interesting. But they don't like to say that. They just try and run you into the ground. In Northern Ireland. They hate to see difference. That's the words I'm looking for. Okay everyone, so I think I'm nearly 2 hours at this, an hour and a half. But I'd say I'm nearly complete here. Looks beautiful. And then some people come onto my channel say I don't know what I'm doing. Isn't that funny? Certain individuals, just 1 or 2, and they're from this country. We do get the locals too. Let's not forget about those. So all this madness is going on in the world at the minute. You get all these people doing mad things, stupid things. I'm not talking about anything that happens in America. I'm just talking about things that goes on online. But then, see when people see me doing things that are ordinary, they decide to throw the hate my way. But the only reason they're doing that is because they're clearly envious. And it's not that they hate what I'm doing, they hate to see what I'm doing. And that's just the moral of the story. So, as I say, I know there's a lot comes onto the channel, but that doesn't bother me because these people are actually giving me my hours, my viewing hours, which is great because it pays me. So we're going to do the dual action now to finish this off. And then we're going to do more interesting projects once this thing's completed. Not tonight. So we didn't burn it at all tonight, apart from this edge. So we're going to finish up here with the dual action. I never took a drink of water once. So that is why I now set the comment, or anybody that wants to comment, to the subscribers only. Because that's usually the people that are genuine. So dual action, now to finish this off. I think the phone might be covered in polish, but I'll keep her lit. So this is basically just wee small swirls, removing wee small circular motions, removing the swirl marks. Sort of going like. So the thing the haters don't realise is I was bullied all my life by people like that, and I can see straight through them. And that's the reason I put so much effort into all my projects. It's because the negative energy fuels me to be the best at what I do, and that's what they hate. So I designed this car, this Earl Adam, that closely follows the real car. Designed this paraffin heater. That's all built out of stainless. This unit is programmed, built, the mechanicals all built, electronics is all designed by me. And what it does is it monitors different sensor technologies. So Hall technology, digital technologies, analog, flex band, Hall effect, AMUs, everything, all combined into the one station. Here we have this intake manifold I uploaded the other day, but this gets a lot of attention from Canada and America, but people over here don't like to see doing anything like this, or like you to see doing anything different, and that's the problem in this country, or in this world now. So people doing stupid things online these days, and see the way they all jumped off there, because most of them sitting on there are haters. So here we have this aperture, also unique project worldwide, all polished, hand polished, designed by me. That's the first prototype. Second prototype's complete. I will be uploading that in the future, and that will annoy a lot of people, of course, because it's different. This spot welder is this transformer's designed by me. It's not a microwave transformer. I designed the core, done all the calculations. It's a far much better core than you would get on a microwave, and it's all wound perfect. That goes on to, what do we see? This mirror polished enclosure that's built out of one piece of stainless. Okay, so there's one piece of stainless and it has a radius here, a radius here, 20mm radius here, 10mm radius here, going on to depth now, but you get the gist. Smart glove, not going to talk about it. Don't know if I ever put it on the channel, to be honest, because it's too good to show anybody that wants to hate. So here we have the powder coating move. This pneumatic spot welders all fully automated. This box is for it, transformer inside it, as I say. We have this project car, we have another project car, we have the pylon, we have the powder coating oven, we have linear louvers, we have the aperture, we have so many different kinds of projects. But that's the thing, people hate to see difference. And that's just the moral of the story. And a lot of them are sitting on, I can tell. But thanks for the viewers. And I will continue to do great things. People online's not going to stop me doing great things. I'll always do great things because it's in me to do great things, and that's the way it is. So thanks for watching to the genuine, and also thanks for watching to the haters. We're completed. And to my beautiful girlfriend Donna, thanks for watching, and her daughter Elise. So we're all polished, and we are finished there for the final time. So I won't be doing this again, this is a complete now. I won't be doing another live stream to demonstrate building of the air respirator. I'm just going to continue on with my worldwide unique projects. Goodbye everybody, and have a good night, a good week. Going to watch Emmerdale here.